Hi, it's Nicole, and welcome to the second video in my series, The Root Cause of Breakups. And I want to talk to you today in a way where I want you to really open and listen because I'm going to be telling you some things that you may not have heard before. When I decided to do this breakup series, um, I was thinking about more than women who are actually experiencing a breakup with a man. And I want to tell you that if you are in what I call a breakup trance, where you are on again, off again with a man, where you are frustrated and angry at men and your relationships with them, where you face constant arguments, constant chaos, constant disagreements with guys, where you always end up with the wrong end of the stick in relationships, where you always have the feelings of men rejecting you or men abandoning you, and you end up feeling very angry because of that, where you get dumped and you get dumped very, very bitterly, and you end up having tons of resentment. All of this is what I call, the relationship trance. It's this breakup cycle that many women, tons of women find themselves in. Tons of women find themselves in this, what I call this function of dysfunction. And many women see the end process of this, where they actually see the fact that a man might break up with a friend, or a man might break up with them, or if you are in this relationship trance and you see the end, and you see like a man breaking up with you, or he's going to break up with you, or you feel that he's going to break up with you. But you have to understand that prior to all of this happening, there's a root cause, and I call that, a part of it I call the breakup trance. You know, there's never really that feeling of happiness that you have inside when you're with guys. There's never really that feeling of contentment. You never know, you're sitting kind of on a bomb. You never know if things are going to be great tomorrow. You're in this constant, series of sensing that things are just uncertain. Things are just like a roller coaster. You go 3 steps ahead and you fall 5 steps behind. You have problems finding guys to date. You have problems dating quality men. You have problems functioning and being very happy in relationships. You have problems when guys aren't, responding to you, when they aren't calling you back, when they aren't, giving you the attention that you think you're deserving of. You have problems just in general. This is what I call the breakup trance. There's something that is uncertain. There's something that is always in this flux of chaos. There's something that is just never really grounded and centered within the way you function in relationships with men. And this series is for any women, including you, who has been in this trance and who's been trapped in this trance, in this illusion for a very, very long time. So pay very careful attention to my upcoming videos, and I'll get into this Get Your Ex Back horror stories in the next slide. In my last video, I talked about how to use the wise mind state to shift out of the emotional needy mind, or the emotional needy energy. And if you haven't downloaded the script that I attached with that video, you're going to want to do it now, because when you shift out of the emotional needy energy, it's a place where you can begin to take logical steps to deal with your breakup, or to deal with fearing that a man is going to break up with you, or to deal with stopping a relationship from breaking up in a way that will work for you. Why do most get your ex back attempts fail? And why do most relationships break up? simple: a lack of understanding the root cause. When you don't have the right insight into a problem, it is virtually impossible to know what action you need to take to solve it. As you may have seen, there are hundreds of Get Your Ex Back manuals on the internet, hundreds of relationships manuals on the internet, and when you don't understand how to make a relationship work, you won't get very far. Now, I've personally downloaded at least 5 Get Your Ex Back systems for review, and to be honest, most of them attempt to help people who are experiencing a breakup, but they miss the mark. Why would I say this? Because a number of years ago, I experienced a bone-crushing breakup, and I also wanted help to know how to deal with my breakup. Now, after learning about relationships and how they work, I chose to move on with my life, and my life is absolutely amazing. I'm now a happier person because of that, and I've spent years, doing research, counseling, and now I'm able to actually help hundreds of women online because I've discovered a formula to know how to make relationships work. But those early days taught me something crucial that I didn't realize I would learn. It basically embedded within me a seed that is now being cultivated to a revelation, I would say, and a realization and a discovery about the root cause of breakups. Now, when I was trying to get my ex back, I did not have the correct state of mind to support my desire. Now, many of the programs mentioned earlier talk about using psychological tricks or mind-blowing techniques to make an ex crawl back to you. But this is all about violating natural laws. For example, if you violate the laws of electricity and put your hand in a socket, you will be electrocuted. It won't feel good. Now, same goes when you violate the invisible laws of relationships. I've read hundreds of stories from women all over the world. I've spent hours online answering breakup questions, and if there's one thing I've taken away from it is this: most people don't have the correct insight into their problem and just want a quick fix. They just want to get out of pain. Now, this is where many of the backyard guides come in. They will give you a quick fix, all right, and leave you flat out on your face when it doesn't work. Why don't most of these systems work? Well, if you do something like texting your ex while pretending you were someone else, or pretending you were texting someone else, you may raise the curiosity of your ex. That's a given. But if your ex responds and you try to play hard to get, you may not have the willpower to sustain the behavior you need to have in order to increase attraction, because your self-esteem is already weakened by the feelings of rejection, which makes you end up going right back to needy behaviors. Also, this is crucial: your current conscious state of mind. The reason why you go back to your old patterns is because it isn't supporting your ability to stay detached, so you end up going through tremendous feelings of anxiety and fear over whether your ex will regain interest, which can cause you to end up making one mistake after the next, basically killing your chances. The solution to this is understanding the root cause and working to change your current state of awareness so that you have the insight you need to act in the way that will create your success. Now, in my next video, I'll delve more into what I discovered about the root cause of breakups and how to sustain a strong relationship. I'll talk to you again soon.